Welcome back. The Supreme Court today came down very heavily on the centre for not taking any action in the case of misleading and false advertisements by Patanjali Ayurved, which is co-owned by Yoga Guru Ramdev. The government is sitting with its eyes closed. This is what the Supreme Court said today. The Supreme Court said that the entire country is being misled through such advertisements. This is very unfortunate. The government will have to take some immediate action. That is what the Supreme Court bench said today. The bench also directed the company to stop all electronic and print ads of its medicines giving misleading information with immediate effect. Supreme Court in November had cautioned Patanjali Ayurved against making false claims in ads about its medicines. Joining me now is Ajay Pandey, who is a consumer law expert. Mr. Pandey, thank you so much for speaking to NDTV. Sir, how do you see this, see these very strong words by Supreme Court, on Patanjali, but there have been these questions around exaggerated claims of various companies. What is the legal recourse or general, recourse that common citizens of the country have when it comes to these exaggerated claims?
Very right question. First of all, the decision or the observation of Supreme Court needs to be appreciated because after all, it is a sensitive matter related to the health of the people of India. But nevertheless, I would like to add that where Supreme Court was sleeping all these years, why it is only all of a sudden active about one product? Because there is a very strong lobby of allopathic doctors, allopathic medicines manufacturers, foreign medicines manufacturer, or is really Supreme Court concerned about the health of the citizen? If that is the case, I would like to know from Supreme Court, what about the 32 cases against the food operators, which involves ghee, which involves vanaspati, which involves millets, which involves pulses, flour, rice. So actually, and to be honestly speaking, we do not have any law having teeth when it comes to misleading advertisement in India. The consumers are taken for right. This is nothing new. And the law is not sufficient to tackle this problem or this challenge.
Right. Mr. Pandey,
it is pan-India across all product levels, be it medicine, be it foods, be it Horlicks, be it milk, be it electrical item.
Right. So we've also seen food regulator FSSAI, talk about food companies and exaggerated claims made by food companies. In fact, I, saw NCPCI, which is the child rights body, also taking, issuing a notice to Bonvita for, these exaggerated claims on sugar content. We saw CCPA basically issuing notices to coaching centers for making those claims that, your child will become so-and-so. So there have been action in the past, but clearly I also wanted to know, and for our viewers, what happens, what is the end game to this? Because clearly these are just notices being issued. There are licensing authorities that need to put this in practice. But what is, who is going to judge the criminality angle of this, and who is going to be convicted to this? Do we have any data on who gets punished, who gets penalized?
See, as I told you, as far as you rightly said, the latest example is 12th fail film, 12th pass, aapne dekha hai, you saw it.
Yes, sir.
And same VIP endorsement of various products and villas and whatnot. And people like us, consumer experts like you, media personals, raises this issues often, but in my personal experience, I have not seen action taking place. Or say when it comes to the law, the hands of the authorities are also very tight. Because if I talk of Consumer Protection Act 2019, which gives the power to the ministry or to the government bodies to act, once the criminality is proved, that is under section 18 of this Consumer Protection Act. What is the power vested with the government?
Right.
10 lakhs fine or 2 years imprisonment after guilty being proved.
Right.
And there are cases where government has put penalty of 10 lakhs, as you just mentioned this instance of Horlicks.
Yes.
You have seen this noodles case when Ramvilas Paswan was heading this ministry, how this issue was tackled and what was the outcome and what has happened to the noodles. Nothing has changed. Similarly, all these coaching institutions, I know the Advertisement Council of India has issued notice against 20 coaching institute and fined them.
Right.
But the kind of money they make and the kind of fine, 10 lakhs, they pay and they continue. Nothing happened. We have not seen anybody being sent behind bars because you know how our system is. Even if government takes that action, then there are High Court, Supreme Court, provision of bail, etc., etc. So what I mean to say,
clearly, so there is no action being taken. You know, a lot of it remains on paper. That seems to be the worry for a lot of us. Thank you, Mr. Pandey, for speaking to NDTV. Supreme Court today coming down very heavily on the centre and on Patanjali for misleading ads. Time for a short break. More news and updates on the other side.